Hello guys, what is going on? Welcome to the second video out of the series that will teach you how to start your Zibo 737-800 from cold and dark to shut down at your gate. If you guys saw my last video, we covered the flight plan filing and safety checks as well as loading the fuel. Today I'll be covering the electrical power-up, IRS alignment, and FMC programming. With that being said, we can jump into the cockpit and get started. So guys, we are in the cockpit of this beautiful aircraft and we can get started with the electrical power-up. Once again, these checks are based off the X checklist plugin for X-Plane 11. Link will be in the description below. So to get started, you want to turn your battery on and close the guard. So turn the battery on and close the guard. This is my overhead panel view, so like I said, you can set views and it will just make your life a lot easier. So you can also turn on your standby power to auto and close the guard. Go ahead and make sure that your generator's drive disconnect switches are closed and your bus transfer switch is set to auto. Next, you can turn on your ground power and then you can head up to the IRS section back here. So your IRS section is right here, and you can just turn these switches both to nav. And this could take up to 20 minutes, so just be patient. You can now go back down to our FMC and get started on that. So you want to make sure that your model is correct. In this case, the Zibo mod, yes it is. Audio Bird Sound Pack is correct. And go to your init ref page, and here you have your position initialization. So to start off, you're going to go to your ref airport, which in this case is Kilo, Papa, Delta, X-ray, and put that right there. You can put in your gate if you want. You don't have to at all. It's optional. In this case, I will. And right here, it is Charlie 1. So you can resume your flight and Charlie 1 into your gate. Now you can copy this to right here, and now your IRS will start aligning. You can go here to your route page, and as you can see, it has already put in our origin airport. You can put in your destination airport, which is Kilo Bravo Lima India for Bellingham. You can put in your flight number, which is ASA 3391 right here, and your company route. Alaska Airlines doesn't fly with a company route, so I'm not going to include that in this video. You can go here to departure and arrival, departure, and choose your departure runway. In my case, it is going to be runway 10 left with the Lava 6 SID, and unfortunately there is no transition that matches up with the flight plan, and you can hit execute. You can go back to this page and hit your arrival. This time you're going to put in your star first and not your approach runway, so you can hit your star, in this case my D3, and your pay transition. And you can find the runway that you're landing on. In my case, it is going to be RNAV for runway 34, Z or Y, Y or Z, it doesn't really matter at all. Letters don't make a difference in this case. You can hit your RNAV right there, and no transition is needed to get the full approach. You can go ahead and hit execute and hit your init ref button. You can hit index and you can hit performance. Now with this, you can go ahead and click this and it will fill in your zero fuel weight, your ground weight, your cruising CG, and so on and so forth. With your reserves, you're going to find that in your flight plan. Here in your flight plan, you can simply scroll down and you can find your OFP. Now, what we want now is our reserves. So to find that, you can find FinRes, and as you can see here, it gives you the amount of fuel for your reserves and the time that it will be lasting for. So you can just simply write down the number of your reserves right there so you don't forget it. And while we're here, you can also find your cost index, which is pretty much at the top of your OFP. You find the little CI letters right there, and you find your cost index right next to it. In my case, it is a cost index of 59. For more information on cost indexes, you can look that up online. But now we can get back to our sim. Alright, once you are back in your sim, you can put in your reserves. In my case, my reserves are 1082, and you can round that simply to 1.1. So you're going to put in 1.1 right there and put it in your reserve section. My cost index is 59, so you can put in 59 right here. Next, you're going to put in your cruising altitude, which is 20,000 feet, and your cruising wind, which is also on your flight plan. Alright guys, once you're back in your flight plan, you can simply scroll down till you find your OFP section, and scroll down till you find this top of climb. What this is doing is it's just symbolizing your top of climb winds / cruising winds, and the temperature there, how much turbulence you're going to be encountering, and so on and so forth. What we are looking for now is our cruising wind, which can be found right here. In my case, it's 228 at 32. While you're here, you can also find what your cruising temperature is going to be. Once again, in this case, it is going to be 21 degrees, so you can write down 21 degrees and go back to your sim. Once you're back in your sim, you can write down your cruising winds in the scratch pad. Like I said, in my case, it's 228 at 32. You can put that right here, and you can find your cruising temperature, which once again in my case is 21. Put 21 right here and put 21 right there, and that'll automatically fill that section in right there. So next you can move on to your N1 limit, and I'm just going to leave this blank. However, you can put in your temperature if you want. I don't really prefer to, and then you're going to want to leave that how it is by default. After that, you're going to go to your takeoff page and put in your selected flaps, which in my case and in most cases is going to be flaps 5. You can click right here in your CG for your trim, and you can click right here for your V speeds. After that, you can go back to your legs page, and you can scroll down to find any discontinuities. If you find any, you can simply click on the waypoint below and then click on the discontinuity. Then you can hit execute. Then you can hit next page, and in my case, I have vectors and a discontinuity. No problem. You can just go next page, hit the waypoint below, hit it right there, hit execute, and then you can hit the waypoint right below the vectors section and clear that like that. The only reason why we get rid of vectors is because it is expecting that you have vectors from ATC. In this case, and in this flight, we are not going to be flying with ATC, so we need no vectors and are just going to be following our flight plan, so therefore vectors are not needed. We can go here to our top of the legs page, and that's pretty much it for this simple tutorial. We are going to be able to wait for our IRSs to align, which is going to take, like I said, about 20 minutes, and after that we can move on to our overhead panel checks. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Don't hesitate to like, subscribe, and share for more, and once again, feel free to write anything you want in the comment section below. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for the next tutorial. Peace.